the 405 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, between the Laker girls, the purple and gold, all the banners, all the celebs, you better stay focused.
Ed, are you reading my mind right now? There's a reason why I'm late to the game. Those Hollywood parties, nothing better. But let's get it on the court.
No distractions here tonight. Let's do this thing. And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free. Throws. Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers, so it stays with the LA Lakers. James. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
George to Beverly. To Leonard. Working hard on the glass. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range, and Kawhi Leonard buries the three with a hand in his face.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
First one goes down.
That boy got jumper.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. To Leonard. Paul George. To Beverly. Backcourt violation is called. James, he was all over him.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Danny Green. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
Not always the first option, but his number was definitely called on that one.
Leonard. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, 2 of 4 now.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
James into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Danny Green. To James. Slam dunk.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Leonard cleans the offensive glass. Deep two there, won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
LeBron into the front court. His team up by 1. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
It's a 5-second violation. Beverly into the front court. They trail by 1. Leonard can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Hey, look. Pretty dudes can mix it up once in a while, too, I guess.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Montrezl Harrell pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
To Leonard. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Strong finish for Paul George.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Ah, the monster stuff.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball, and there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Beverly buries the wide-open 3. That's too easy.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
First quarter's complete. The Clippers are out in front. The shooting in that first quarter was white hot. It's got to be hard to think these teams can keep up that pace in the second.
You know why?
Why?
Because of the versatility. Because this is positionless basketball, which makes it beautiful to watch. Everybody can triple threat, dribble, drive, shoot the 3, do things from long distance. It's a thing of beauty where this game is going.
Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. Danny Green. Here's James for 2. LeBron James. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
For 3, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Gets it in the right corner. George. Smothering D. To Davis. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. Great defense, forcing the miss. Leonard to Paul George. Beyond the arc for three. Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
James. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for two.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
JaVale McGee at the line for two shots. History not on his side. 58% from the line. First one, count it.
Stepping in for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Can't connect. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down, Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
Leonard. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. It'll stay Clipper basketball. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
The Los Angeles Lakers. Number 15, DeMarcus Cousins.
Leonard buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
LeBron James. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Clippers have the basketball. Leonard to George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Tough shot. Well defended. Davis to Danny Green.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Baseline drive, but he can't finish. To Paul George. Big finish at the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Paul George sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Leonard. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Stepping in for Los Angeles. Number 20.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
George, message received. Well defended. Caldwell Pope to Cousins. Goes to the left side. Nothing going here on that drive. Caldwell Pope to James. From long range. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. set to go. And the foul. Get off the tracks. The train's coming through. DeMarcus Cousins trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front here just before the break. George against Cousins. Scores from the post. Deep three at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Clippers have the lead. All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George. Paul George. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
LeBron with it up top. The deficit now up to 13. Clippers have it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Anthony Davis rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Leonard. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
LeBron James with the rock. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Danny Green snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Cousins matched up with Paul George. DeMarcus Cousins. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. Paul George. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Won't go. Another shot won't go either. To Leonard. Anthony Davis. Huge block. And too much contact.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Lakers at the controls right now. Sizing up the defense. James to Caldwell Pope. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Davis. And it's good.
And your big is the one making that happen. Every time he's involved in a PNR, he's slipping it, forcing that guy from the weak side to come down to help. Quick skip passes equal threes in the bank.
Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Nothing going here on that drive. It was right there. George to Williams. JaVale McGee swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to Beverly. Not that time.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Caldwell Pope. He was hacked. They let it go. And a throwdown.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
I got him. Here we go. Here we go.
Kawhi Leonard tips it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
That ends the third quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter, and not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for two.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
JaMychal Green. He's got two shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Good shot, man.
Oh, we have a 5-second violation.
Los Angeles.
Paul George. For three. He's got it for three.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
LBJ has it. Going to launch beyond the arc. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Beverly. He engulfed him that time. Cousins. That one off the mark. It's no good. Leonard. Good look that time, but off the mark. To James. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For Los Angeles, number 40, Ibuza Zuma. Into the game for the Los Angeles Lakers, number 0, Kyle Kuzma.
Leonard. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
And the game flow in the second half is completely different than the first. That first half equals out of sight, out of mind. Way to recalibrate in the locker room and find your rhythm back on the court.
Patrick Beverley. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good. A 3-point play, and the lead back down to 12. It's LA Clippers ball. He throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
James. That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Stuffs it down with authority.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Beverley. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. And flushes it down. No stopping AD here.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
And Paul George good on the quick release there.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being.
Oh, ferocious slam inside.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Green to the basket, but the shot won't go. Clippers have the basketball. Leonard. And the rebound gathered in by Davis. Caldwell Pope. Tough matchup against George. From the painted area, won't go down. Anthony Davis with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Oh, looks like everyone's getting into the action.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Slams it down. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Davis drills the three.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
George trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.